Greetings, mathematicians. Today we're looking at simplifying powers of I, and whenever you're doing powers of I, you do need to know your basic I to the first, I to the second, I to the third, I to the fourth. So I'm going to write that down really fast. I is equal to I. That's a given. I squared, however, is equal to -1. I to the third power is equal to -I. And I to the fourth power is equal to 1. And we can get these values just from knowing the first two here. So, for example, I to the third is going to equal I squared times I. And that is, let me write that actually over here. So I to the third power, that's equal to I squared times I. Well, we know I squared is -1, so this is really -1 times I, so that's -I, so just like we have here. And I to the fourth power, well, that's I squared times I squared, that's -1 times -1, that's +1, which is what we have here. So knowing that, let's do these powers of 13. And when you're doing, or powers of I, when you're doing numbers that are higher than 4, you're looking for groups. How many groups of 4 can go into the exponent? So for example, on A, I to the 13th power, well, I can put 3 groups of 4, that's 12, and then I would have my remainder of 1. So this is I to the 12th power times I. I to the 12th power is really I to the 4th power raised to the 3rd power times I. So that's really, this is 1 to the 3rd power is equal to, let's put that in here, 1 to the 3rd power times I, which is just 1 times I. Your answer is I. For B, we have I to the 18th power, and for I to the 18th power, we do have 4 groups of 4 that can fit into 18 with a remainder of 2, so that's I to the 16th times I squared. Well, I to the 16th, we can write that as I to the 4th raised to the 4th, there's my 4 groups of 4, times I squared. Well, I to the 4th is 1 raised to the 4th, I squared is -1, so what I really have is 1 times -1, my answer is -1. For I to the 107th, so I to the 107th power, I can fit 26 groups of 4 into 107, that's 104 with a remainder of 3, so that's I to the 104th power times I to the 3rd power, that's I to the 4th raised to the 26th power times I to the 3rd power. And that is going to be, again, 1 raised to the 26th power. We know I to the 3rd power, -I, so times -I. So this is 1, let's see, 1 times -I. So we have -I for our answer. And the last one, D, we have I to the 32nd power. I can actually fit 8 groups of 4 into 32 evenly, so this is the same thing as I to the 4th raised to the power of 8, which is just 1 raised to the power of 8, which is 1. And that's how you simplify powers of I.